The Truth of Drew McIntyre, or the Drewth of McIntyre. Fine, I tried. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Albany, New York. Let's hear it for the New York City area that Albany is nowhere near. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. And yes, I have the Christmas hat on because why the hell not? Okay, first things first. As far as next week's Raw, I'm watching a Regal mystery movie. And unless it's something I really don't want to see, I'm going to be reviewing Raw late. Or not at all. I might be just taking a 3-week break and come back fresh on January 1st. So that's your warning. If you don't see a Raw review after this, my apologies, but sometimes I just need to decompress a bit. That being said, a lot of end-of-year shows and a lot of content coming up. A lot of movie reviews and loud fucking noises. Speaking of loud noises, the crowd was pretty goddamn loud for most of this show. The new Raw theme is total goddamn ass. Drew comes out with his lengthy Claymore on display. Stop thinking about it. You know who you are. I know you're thinking about it. Stop it. Get some help. He welcomes us to the show. CM Punk, and he says, oh, you can leave, do what you want, come back, and all is forgiven. Drew's very fired up as a heel. This is good. He says he's going to take out everybody. Sammy gets mentioned. Here's Sammy. Sammy says, oh, the truth of Drew McIntyre, the Drewth of McIntyre. And then we end up basically just having this goddamn match within the first 9 minutes of the show. They go right into it, and I'll say this much. The show started good, had some good stuff in it, and actually finished fairly strong. This is one of the better editions of Raw in, recent months. Though I do have some criticisms. Drew and Sammy had a hell of a goddamn match. It was a great opener. It flew by. They kept the pace up. Sammy hurt his ankle. I'm a little bit worried. I hope it's just something to give him some time off and that he's not actually hurt, but he really was favoring it, so he's either selling really good or he really was hurt and they had to call an audible. But I did like the signs that turn Cody heel. Cody's already a heel because anybody can see through his fake bullshit. So anyway, we get the announcer's table bump and we go to break. Sammy keeps fighting back, gets a nice blue thunder bomb. And then Drew eventually clips the ankle, hits the Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Good stuff, good pace. If Sammy really is hurt, then I hope that he is going to be fine with just a few weeks off and it's not too severe and he'll be back by the Rumble. And if it's kayfabe, good job. Good job getting me to buy in. And then Shayna vows to break Nia limb from limb. Or limb by limb. I'm good with whatever at this point. And then Jay, they call him main event. I don't. Can I go? They took the word yeet out of the package. Less yeet, more skeet. All skeet, skeet, motherfucker. All skeet, skeet, goddamn. Boy, I sound so white saying that. If anybody gets that song reference, I love you guys. So, Jackie is trying to get an update on Sammy while the doctor's checking him and evidently did not see the very, very large and lengthy 6'5" Scottish man 12 feet to her right. Good job, Jackie. Good, ability to see a giant man nearby. So that being said, Drew beats the shit out of him, Pillmanizes his ankle seemingly to cement the fact that Sammy's going to be out for a bit. And then Becky and Nia have a face-to-face backstage. That's what Becky needs to work with a careless twat. Whoever designed Nia's gear needs to be immediately canned or jailed for 10 years. Shayna took on Nia 17 minutes after the first match ended, and Shayna having to oversell and just do everything possible for this sad, oafish, and, clumsy sack of shit. She didn't go properly for a German suplex, landed right on Shayna's head. Nia is terrible, and Nia has not been beneficial to the women's division. It's actually astonishing that she has not gotten any better, and I know that she was gone for a time, but she didn't get any better in the time that she was in the company and somehow has gotten worse. So anyway, Nia won. Moving on. Here's Becky. And then Nia leaves. That was about 12 minutes and that did nothing for Shayna. I'm sorry. That did nothing for Shayna. Why couldn't Nia have been written off the goddamn program? Anyway, Punk recaps, he will be a heel by the Raw after Mania. I'm calling it. And he'll also be on SmackDown this coming Friday. Candice let her bangs cut her promo, which is certainly better than Candice talking. Indy was also there. And, yeah, I don't know why Ciampa borrowed camo pants from the Dudley's closet, and Gargano was also there. So, DIY and Imperium had a 2 out of 3 falls match that went 15 minutes, and DIY won. What are tag rules in psychology? It was just to the point where the referee just gave up and let them do everything for a few minutes. Natty is massaging Tegan, Chelsea Green and Piper show up. And then the Creeds, who are a really good team and have really raw ability, ironically, given the show. And need to be involved in less stupid creative. I mean, I'm sorry. People like New Day, and I like New Day as far as talents. And they certainly have made the most and just stretched this goddamn thing out because they keep making money, keep selling merch. It's stupid. The Alpha Academy stuff is stupid. Congratulations, Maxine. You can lift somebody. Good on you. They are making me not want to see the Creeds more and more as they keep involving them in shit like this. Where did Drewth get a box TV? It's like a TV that I had when I lived with roommates for 4 years. God, that was a fucking nightmare. I could tell you about that, but I'd rather not revisit that. Rhea and Balor aren't here, so Priest is the leader and says, JD and Dominic, you take out the Creeds. Yeah, that'll go well. Texas Longhorn game with pictures of Jade, and others. Michelle McCool was also there. And Undertaker saying, I don't want to give a title to one of those people. You know he said it, folks. Anyway, Tegan and Natty took on Caden and Katana. 16 minutes after the previous match ended. Okay. Caden and Katana are athletic and do a lot of cool gymnastic flips and dip-de-doo-dahs and all that. I'm not going to deny that they're good athletes, because they are. They landed flush on Natty and Tegan several times. And they need a lot of refining. You would think, being in NXT as long as they were, they would be better. Natty just got to show off her power, but then got landed on pretty badly by Katana, I believe. 1, 2, 3. So Natty and Tegan are probably going to end up having a feud, because Natty's going to be like, where were you, Tegan? Cody then gets a pup. He gives his belt to a kid. That made the kid's day. That was fine. And then, hey, Nakamura, why did you do what you did? And then Nakamura appears on the goddamn screen. Our stories are similar. We won the Rumbles. We couldn't win at Mania. And our stories are similar. But I will unburden you from your story. And then Cody says, we're not similar. And then we did have similar paths. But my story is not the same as your story. And Cody got really confused. As Cody is known to do. He didn't mention the Great Muta, at least. You know, a guy that Nakamura worked with earlier this year. Wild. So, yeah, they're going to have a match apparently next week. I don't know why. Pierce is on the phone. Sammy is, there's really no update on Sammy. He's still hurt. Jay is curious about Sammy. And then Gunther is there, and then we cut away. The Creeds took on JD and Dominic. 23 minutes after the last match ended. Let's get into the holiday spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Drewth shows up to either distract or encourage JD, or just remind us that Drewth is 51 years old and can probably do this stuff for the foreseeable future. People still like him. I don't know if he'll wrestle much anymore, and I don't know if he needs to. I mean, he suffered that, was it Achilles? Or no, not Achilles. I think it was like a knee injury or something he suffered on NXT, and he was out for, till recently. So hopefully, if he's going to wrestle, great. I think it should be in tags. But if he just does his comedy stuff, whatever. They seem to like him. So, the Poison Rana is stupid. This tag division needs a lot of work, and JD got pinned. JD McDonough is Yamcha Donna now. That sounds more like a goddamn, I don't know, like some kind of goddamn lounge singer, from Dragon Ball Z. Yamcha Donna. There we go. Yamcha Donna. Let's just go with that. I'll workshop that like Cody workshops his promos. So, recast of Orton joining SmackDown. And You tell the tribal chief that Daddy's home. And then Rollins tells Pierce, oh, you want to bring Punk here? Well, when it blows up in your face, it's on you. And then him and Jay, him being Rollins, jaw jack a little bit. Last words, last known photo. And Jay shows up during his entrance, for obviously, otherwise it would be pointless, for, his big old title match against Seth Pheasant Rollins. And Jay attributed this to his late uncle, Umaga. I can't help but hear it when Regal says that. And then Priest says, JD, Dominic, why didn't you win? They try to make an excuse, and then it's like, well, the Creeds are really good. You and Balor should watch out. Next week, Punk returns, Cody and Nakamura, which is leading to a non-finish, unless they want to blow this thing up, because let's be perfectly honest, Nakamura winning one match in a feud isn't going to matter, because Nakamura never wins any of his feuds. Samantha looked incredible. My God, she looked incredible. Many are asking if Ricochet can fight. As long as they're happy, that's great, but goddamn, Samantha looks amazing. Seth and Jay had a pretty good main event. My issue is I've kind of soured on Seth, even though he's really good in the ring. And Jay, I will never buy him as a main eventer. I'm not saying that he's bad in the ring. I will never buy him as a main eventer. It was well worked. It was for a secondary world championship. I said, watch him have Jay win and have Priest cash in. Well, Jay didn't win and then have Priest cash in. They're getting really close to Priest's cash in not meaning anything at this point. So the crowd was into it. We get CM Punk chance directed at Seth Rollins because we are getting that feud likely into the Rumble. A DDT on the floor. They go to break. Then we get the big moves. We get a splash for 2, pedigree for 2, another spear for 2. And then more stuff, spear, and then a catch and the stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth wins, and that's really about it right there. Handshake. Drew attacks Jay outside with his lengthy claymore. Throws Seth over the head, belly to belly. And then drops Jay through the announcer's table. So that's really all I have to say right there. So again, next week, mystery movie. So if I do review Raw, that's not going to be up until Tuesday. But I might just be taking the rest of the month off. I got a lot of stuff I got to do, and I got a lot of work coming up. So if there are no other Raw reviews until January 1st, I apologize in advance. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.